CEO
大丈夫です。
サム・アルトマンでございます。
Thank you all for being here today. This is an important time in the development of AI. Progress is happening quickly. Models are getting better and better. We have a 5-level system of AI. We started with chatbots. Last year, we launched O1, our first reasoning model. This is a model designed to think before it responds. Just last week, we released O3 Mini to the world, another step forward. Reasoning is useful and exciting for a lot of reasons, but one of them is that models that can reason, models that can think and take multiple steps and deduct, pave the way for AI agents. Now, people have been talking about AI agents for a while. These are AI systems that can do work for you independently. Level 3. AI agents are designed to observe the world, make decisions, act on behalf of the user. It's like a real digital assistant, something that understands the world around it, so you can give it a task, a complex task. It can make thoughtful choices and take actions on your behalf. With ChatGPT, we say you could talk to it about anything. With agents, you'll be able to do anything. It's the next evolution beyond ChatGPT. And just like you, these agents understand how the web works. So we were able to launch our first real agent, Operator, recently. Operator can look at a web page, understand what's there, click around, and complete actions for you. It's like an agent that has control of, it can look at a computer screen and have control of the mouse and keyboard, and it can really do quite a lot. So we're very excited about this. It expands the usefulness of AI to touch anything you can do on a browser, and soon, a computer more broadly. Now, this is our first agent, but we have more agents to come. And today, we're excited to demo our next agent. This is called Deep Research, and we announced it earlier today from Tokyo. I think this is one of the best things OpenAI has ever launched, and it really points at what's going to be possible with AI agents. This can do complex research tasks for you, tasks that might take 30 minutes, that might take 30 days. It's powered by O3. It's the first time that the outside world gets to use our O3 model. And it can browse the web, scan text, images, PDFs, much more, synthesize this, reason through it, and prepare a report for you. So it takes a while. It goes off and does all of this work. You can see what it's thinking about as it goes. It's different than ChatGPT, where you instantly get a response. Here, you start off a task, like you might give a task to a sophisticated coworker, and Deep Research goes off, thinks through it, gathers insights, gets it together, finds sources, and gets you a report. This is a system that I think can do, this is just an estimate of mine, but I think can do a single-digit percentage of all economically valuable tasks in the world. This is a huge step forward for AI, and it really gets at Mas's vision for what enterprise AI can look like. This is just the consumer version. There will be a stronger one to come. So synthesizing knowledge like this is a huge step forward. Like, you can now have an army of research assistants at your disposal to do anything you'd like. And we're going to take this much further. This is available today to professionals in finance, science, law. It's also useful for people that just need great research. I used it to find a new car, and it was fantastic for that. We're going to demo some of the ways you can use this in a moment. But before that, this is just the next step. There are more to come. This is about synthesizing knowledge. Eventually, AI will be inventing new knowledge. And we think that'll be a phenomenal step forward. The enterprise value here already today, I think, is quite strong. But again, we're going to go much, much further. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Josh, who's going to show you how Deep Research works. This is a live demo. Live demos don't always work, but we're pretty confident in this one. Hope it goes well, and then we'll show you one other thing after. So here's Josh. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Sam. My name is Josh Tobin. I lead some of our research efforts focused on our next generation of agentic products. And today we announced and are soon releasing Deep Research, which is our next agentic capability. Deep Research takes our reasoning models and augments them with the ability to search the web. By searching the web and synthesizing the information they find, they're able to complete a wide range of tasks, all under the bucket of knowledge work. And because of this, we think that this is going to be a capability that unlocks many use cases across the enterprise. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how this works and some of the enterprise use cases that we're excited about. So let's start with a sales example. Suppose that we are an enterprising AI company, and we're hoping to sell our AI tools to companies to help them expand, and maybe expand in Japan. So I'm going to start by asking Deep Research, can you help me prepare a detailed report that explains how a potential partner of our sales team, in this case SoftBank, can succeed in the Japanese market using generative AI and agent technologies. When I send this query to Deep Research, it's going to come back and it's going to ask me a number of clarifying questions. And the purpose of this is that this technology really excels when it's asked to do highly detailed work that involves incorporating many requirements, synthesizing them, and pulling them together into one detailed research report so that the agent can use those requirements as it searches to build the best possible answer to your query. So I will just, you can provide detailed answers to these questions if you like, but you can also just say, make some good choices. And I'm going to send this off to Deep Research. Now, Deep Research takes a while to run, and that's a good thing. The reason why that's a good thing is because unlike ChatGPT or kind of previous generation chatbot AI products, Deep Research is able to spend a lot of compute across many searches and a large amount of reasoning to produce a much better answer for you. So while this, to give you a sense of the breadth of the capabilities that are possible beyond just sales. So let's consider a business strategy use case. In this use case, we are trying to analyze podcast hosting platforms to understand which of these platforms might be the best choice for our business. This is the kind of question that you could imagine having someone on your team go spend days or weeks on, or potentially hiring a consulting company to do for you. And like in our previous example, we provide as much detail as we can to allow Deep Research to have the best possible sense of what exactly we need to know when we run this query. And when you run the report, Deep Research will come back with something like this. This is a good kind of like typical example of one of the types of things Deep Research is really valuable for. So in this case, Deep Research was able to, through many, many web searches and lots of reasoning, was able to pull together a table that shows the different platforms that we should consider and breaks down how these platforms compare across all of the criteria that we specified up front. This is really powerful because this is the kind of work that you would expect an analyst to spend a large amount of time doing. And Deep Research is able to complete this for you and save those analysts time, and also do it much faster so that you can make faster strategic decisions and consider more options. One of the powerful features of Deep Research is that all of these web searches that it's doing, it provides transparency to you about how it's using that information to produce the final answer. So you're able to find citations for each of the pieces of information that Deep Research pulled together. And you can go and verify its work or go deeper on any of the questions where you might want a little bit more detail than Deep Research provided. So one of the other kind of like powerful features of Deep Research is that you can actually view its reasoning process as well. And you can click in and understand how it came to the final answer, which I'll show you in a second. So this is a business strategy use case, and this indicates one of the powerful capabilities of Deep Research, which is broad kind of questions that require synthesizing a large amount of information in an ambiguous setting to provide an answer to a business question. But Deep Research also excels at finding answers that are difficult to find about very detailed questions. So this is an example in M&A. So suppose that we are looking into land power deals for maybe a large data center that we might want to build, for example. And we have a hyper-specific question here that requires a lot of industry knowledge to answer in an accurate way. Deep Research excels at these types of queries as well because it's able to find rare and difficult to find sources of information on the web and pull those into its final answer. And so you can see the report here provides detailed analysis across a number of criteria, and even breaking this down over different regions and other ways of splitting this query into subcomponents that might be valuable for us. So this is an M&A example, but let me show you one that is a little bit more relevant to our team at OpenAI today. So we announced Deep Research today, and one thing our marketing team might want to do is to understand, what are people saying about this? How are people reacting to this launch? Is the media positive on it? Are people on social media excited about it? And Deep Research excels at these types of use cases too, because it's able to access all of these sources of information and instead of pulling together all of them, synthesize key points across them. This is the kind of task that marketing teams can do, but oftentimes when we're busy with the launch, we don't actually have the bandwidth for our marketing team to do this kind of detailed analysis for every single thing that we would like them to. So Deep Research enables marketing teams to scale their efforts and serve a much wider set of use cases. Hopefully this gives you an indication of the types of use cases, the breadth of the use cases that we think make this technology so exciting for enterprise. But Deep Research is useful beyond enterprise as well. So it's also useful in our personal lives. If you have a question that you want to ask about a hobby of yours or sports, or you're doing some shopping, and it's a similar type of question where you have a kind of a very detailed set of criteria that you're looking for an answer to, Deep Research can pull together answers for these things too, such as summarizing baseball statistics and making comparisons across a large number of baseball players. Beyond just enterprise and consumer use cases, one of the things we're really excited about Deep Research enabling is accelerating scientific research. So here's an example that we put together in a domain that's very familiar to me, that's kind of closely related to my PhD research in deep learning and robotics. And the report that it pulls together, a lot of experts describe these reports as being kind of at the level of an advanced undergraduate or an early graduate student level work, because it pulls together many sources and summarizes them in a way that requires sort of sophisticated understanding of the nuances and the details between these different use cases. So this is an indication of the breadth of the types of things you can use Deep Research for. Now let's come back and check on the go-to-market strategy question, the sales question that we asked in the beginning. But before we look at the final answer, just to show you kind of how much of a leap forward in capability this is, I'm going to try asking the same question to regular ChatGPT without using Deep Research. So conduct a detailed analysis. Actually, I will just jump in here and I'll copy the exact one so we can get a fair comparison. You can already see how detailed this report is. So we'll type in the same query. And the advantage of using a chat model over using Deep Research is that you get an answer much faster. So here we're going to get some, here's kind of our ChatGPT model giving a high-level analysis of this strategic question. This is kind of the type of answer that you might expect someone who is thoughtful and has read a lot about SoftBank to answer kind of off the top of their head in a first pass. So if you want an answer fast, using chat models is a great way to do that. But if you want a detailed answer, then Deep Research provides a much better solution. And so you can see even just by the length of this, how much more research and work has gone into producing this answer. And the level of detail and insight that this goes into is far beyond what you can get out of the box from ChatGPT, including industry focuses, financing of these deals, business strategies. Each one of these claims, each one of these insights backed up by supporting evidence, just like an analyst that you hire at your own company would do. So this is an overview of how you can use Deep Research in enterprise use cases. And as you can imagine, this is only the beginning for these types of agentic technologies transforming enterprise. Giving models access to web search unlocks many use cases, but not all use cases. In enterprise, oftentimes the most valuable data is the data that you have in your company. So you can imagine us starting to expand this to accessing other types of information like internal information. And you can imagine these agents going beyond just synthesizing knowledge, starting to create knowledge or take actions in the world as well. So that's the roadmap of where we're hoping to go with this technology. And so from there, I'll hand it over to Michael to talk a little bit more about how enterprises can start to customize these applications and how we think about that ourselves. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. I'm honored to be here and show this to you. So 2025 is the year of agents. But what does that mean? We're all sitting in this room right now, not pulling out our phones and typing into Deep Research or ChatGPT. So I wanted to show you a different take on what the future of your organizations could look like. This is a small demonstration just to hopefully inspire you and give you something you can bring back as you look ahead to the rest of this year. Let's start with something we know, sales. Here we have a sales contact form where someone is trying to reach out to OpenAI to learn about ChatGPT Enterprise. Now, we know how this usually works. Someone submits this form, it goes into a system, and then a team of people, account associates, are reviewing the leads to reach out and figure out how best to respond. And this can take hours or days and feel like a slow process for your buyers. What could it look like if you had agents inside of your workforce working for you right now? So first, we'll submit the lead here, and we'll come over to our system. Here you can see what a virtual teammate, a virtual sales associate, could be doing for you with our technology. If we open the task here, we'll see that the agent is picking up work for you already to try to help this lead. The account email came in, and already it's doing what a sales associate might do on their own and researching that lead, figuring out the industry, the revenue, title, and other information. Think back to Deep Research that you just saw and imagine the ways that this could plug into this as well. It's really exciting. Now, in this case, the agent was able to see that this is a really good prospect. OpenAI wants to buy OpenAI, so we think they're a good customer. And so we're going to get the calendar availability and figure out when we might hop on the phone with them. Then it's going to write an email and get back to them. Now, in this case, this agent hasn't been told to write in any specific language. It's really smart. It realizes that the prospect wrote in Japanese, so it's going to write back in Japanese as well. And sure enough, if we come over to our inbox, we can see that email right here waiting for you. Again, this is just a small demonstration that we wanted to pull together to help you see what it could look like. You can imagine the applications for this are endless. If you start to look around your organization, think about all the small tasks that people in your teams do and the ways those add up. This doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing process. You can really chip away at this and bring the latest technology into your workforce now and help save your team time and focus on the next steps after that. I hope this is inspiring, and I can't wait to hear what you do with this, Deep Research, and everything else. Thank you.
ARM CEO レネ・ハースでございます。
Konnichiwa. Very nice to be here today and speak with you about ARM and how we fit into everything going on with agents and the things that Masa and Sam just talked about. Now, I think you may know ARM well, but just to remind everyone about our company, we are a compute platform with unmatched scale. Since we were started in 1990, over 300 billion chips have been shipped with ARM inside. No compute platform even comes close. And now as we move into the age of artificial intelligence and all the connected devices, 99% of the connected global population runs AI on some form in some way on ARM. And we have a developer community unlike anything that has ever been created for the compute platforms. Over 20 million developers. So the last 35 years of ARM have just been incredible in terms of our growth, our breadth, market penetration, but we think the future is just beginning. And agents and AI running on ARM is the future. I'd like to show you a short video about how we see the future and the vision about agents and ARM.
AI agents are changing how we live every day. They help us shop, book, drive, stay healthy, and even build the technology of tomorrow. And at the heart of it all, ARM's compute platform. Shopping is easier than ever. AI agents running on ARM know what you need, find the best deals, and even let you walk out without stopping at a register. Reservations, adjustments, and even remembering your favorite lunch spot, handled instantly. All so you can focus on enjoying the moment. Making driving smoother and safer, helping you navigate, park, and even take the wheel when you need it. And it's all running on ARM. Early detection, real-time monitoring, and life-saving support for doctors. Smarter technology leads to better health outcomes. AI agents don't just run technology, they help build it. ARM-powered AI is transforming how developers code, test, and create. From how we shop to how we move, eat, stay healthy, and create. AI agents are changing our lives. The future of AI is built on ARM.
So one of the very important things when we think about agents and the compute platform is that these agents running everywhere will require more and more power-efficient compute, because the devices that we have today still need to run displays. They still need to run operating systems. They still need to run applications. But yet on top of that, the agents are going to be making our lives much easier, but will require the most power-efficient compute, and that's where ARM fits in. Now, we are the compute leader from cloud to edge. When you're talking about the largest data centers or the smallest embedded devices such as thermostats or security cameras or earbuds, the world is using ARM in all these areas. Now, one of the unique attributes of ARM is the fact that the software is common across many of these platforms. The operating systems that run on your phone or run on your PC or in your automobile or even in the cloud, that is the key in terms of how these devices go. But in the future, these agents will be running on top of the operating systems. So some of the very interesting demos that we just saw really begins to abstract away some of the things that are going on at the software level. Now, that is magic to the user, but it takes a lot of hard work to really make it all go. And one of the things that ARM brings to this problem is a solution we call the ARM Claddy AI libraries. And this allows the agents to just work. That is, for the developer who's writing the agent to be able to write it in such a way that knowing that whether they're running it on a phone or a PC, the data center, a car, it's just going to run. We envision a world where these agents will be running everywhere, not just on your PC where you can query demands, but agents will be talking to agents and other agents and other agents. And our job at ARM is just to make that very easy for developers and make it very power efficient. So I think the future is so bright for this technology. I just want to bring Sam back up here for a moment and just chat for a second, because I think when we look at the future of agents, Sam, you showed some pretty cool demos there. I can imagine a world where the agents are just not running on a sophisticated device, but probably almost every device you can think of.
Yeah, I think the network of agents will be the next thing we talk about, and it'll run in the cloud, on device, sort of all over the place. But that seems like it's going to be pretty incredible.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but
Go ahead.
Every time we chat, you say, hey, I have this really cool new demo I need to show you. And just looking at this deep research, when do you think we see a world of agents talking to agents across embedded devices?
Technically, it should be capable now if you could run a big enough model on device. So it's a better question for you.
All right, we got to get the hardware ready.
Yeah. But I think it's one of my biggest surprises about AI over the last few years has been how much we're able to do with a small-ish model. Distillation has just been incredible to watch. So I am optimistic that every device in the world is going to be pretty smart.
Yeah, the future could not be more exciting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks all.